2, live.
Awesome. What's up, everyone? Hello to the people on Zoom here. How's it going? YouTube, we're also streaming on Twitch. And we're super excited for today. So first of all, welcome. We'll give a few minutes. I'll just talk while everyone is joining us. We're super excited, first of all, to have a user meeting after so long with this challenging year. The last time we just talked about it, was in Apogee, I believe, Josh, back in February? March, right before everything happened. So we're doing these meetings every couple of months, in usual regular year. We're meeting in different locations, but now it's a really great opportunity to kind of launch off these online events before everything comes back to normal. We'll start meeting online and just a kind of gathering of a community. Always we have a topic that we talk about. Obviously today we're going to talk about the very exciting news of the Ableton Live 11 announcement. Currently it's in beta, so we'll see all the new stuff that are upcoming. It's going to get officially released in 2021. And we do have a couple of very special guests today. We have Josh, he's an Ableton certified trainer and also works for Cyclist74, who makes Max for Live. Josh, you want to say hello?
What's up, everybody?
And we have Javad, who's Ableton's brand manager for the West Coast, and we're very excited to have him here as well as the Ableton representative.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we have another certified trainer, Alberto, who's in Austin, right? Alberto, you're in Austin, and he's very kindly helping us with all the tech stuff as we multi-stream into various networks. Alberto, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Happy to be here. Hi from Austin, everybody.
Yes, amazing. Awesome. I also want to mention, before we start today, that there are a few events around the US that are aimed towards showcasing the new stuff in Ableton Live 11. So today we're going to focus on the Ableton Live devices, all the updated ones and all the new ones. And there are going to be other events that we're going to mention at the end in other cities that you're more than welcome to join, because it's online. So each one of them is going to focus on a different aspect of the new stuff in Ableton Live 11. But of course, Javad will show us a kind of an overview of what's going on and all the new stuff. So we're very excited to have everyone here. And people in the Zoom, please feel free to ask any questions in the chat, to talk to each other. And of course, people on Twitch and on YouTube, feel free to ask any questions as they come. We will get them about 30 seconds later. So we'll move slowly between each topic that we talk about to allow for questions. But also at the end, we'll give a dedicated time for a Q&A, okay? Amazing. So we're super excited. Let's just begin. We're going to start with Javad. He's going to talk a bit about Ableton. We're going to hand it off to me and then Josh, and again, Q&A at the end. So Javad, take it away.
Thank you, Yeuda. Great to see everybody, and thank you for having me. We're super excited, obviously, for the release of Ableton Live 11, which was announced just on Tuesday. There's a lot of stuff to unpack in there. I'm going to do a very brief overview of everything that is not the new devices. And then we're going to go ahead and do a deep dive onto the new devices. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now. And hopefully everybody can see. Wonderful. So first of all, again, thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. Crazy times, obviously, and even though we have to be apart and do this virtually, very happy to see everybody, and I thank you for coming. Like I said, I'm going to go through some of the new stuff that is not the new devices, and then we're going to go ahead and deep dive into all the new device stuff. So let me make sure that we have some sound. Yes, we have some sound. Great. So the first thing I'm going to show everybody is some updates to Session View. The very first thing is that we now have follow actions in Session View for scene launching. So right here, baked into scene launching, you can see I have follow actions that just pop up. I'm doing a shift tab right here. This is a track I made a couple days ago. And I just have things, all kinds of follow actions happening on the scene. One thing that's very interesting to note is that in the scene follow actions, we actually have a new action called jump. So if I go ahead and put my action to jump, then I can say jump to a scene. So let's say I wanted to jump to scene 1 right here. And right now I'm working on verse 2 is the scene. So if I launch this, after 1 bar, it will jump to scene 1, which is my intro. Let's make sure double stop everything. There we go. So then it just jumped right there to intro. One thing to note is we actually have a new button right here. This is the global follow action enable or disable. We also have some updates to just clip follow actions and how they work. What we have added is linked or unlinked. Now, for those of you who have used follow actions a lot, unlinked is the exact behavior that everybody's used to. You put in the bars, beats, and 16th notes, and upon completion of the parameters that you put in here, it will engage in the follow action. The new part is linked follow action. So what this does, you no longer have to guess how long a clip is. What this is doing is at the end of the clip, however long it is, it's going to engage into that follow action. For instance, right here. You can also dictate how many times you would like that clip to repeat before it engages in that follow action in this area right here. Another little great update is that for audio clips, they no longer have to be warped in order to use follow actions. So I can take an unwarped audio clip, link it to the length of the clip, and go ahead and engage in follow actions. So a lot of interesting stuff updated with follow actions, both scene and clip. Another new thing is we have just baked in BPM and time signature data right into the master track now. You no longer have to type in what is your BPM. You can simply just go right into here, and let's say I want this particular scene to be at 82 BPM. Now this scene will be at 82 BPM. Go ahead and disable my follow actions. You can see that now I'm in 82 BPM land. And the other thing we've updated with follow actions is we've actually updated the chance function with follow actions. It used to be a ratio. Now we have made it a slider, and it's expressed with percentage. So 100% means, over to the left, 100% means it's always going to happen 100% of the time. And as you move it over, 100% means it's never going to happen on the right. And then you get to kind of shape that chance action within follow actions. Some other updated stuff is we've updated multi-MIDI clip editing. So now if I hold down Command and grab these 2 MIDI clips and I expand my piano roll right here, and you can see I have my MIDI piano roll and I have my MIDI information from those 2 clips. So what we've done now is we've kind of just improved upon it so that we can edit things simultaneously. So I can go ahead and grab these different MIDI notes in here and go ahead and do edits across the different instruments that I have in here, or MIDI information that I have in here. I can also just click on one, and then now that I'm in that one, I can add any type of MIDI information when I'm on that one. We've also added a focus button so that we can gray out the ones we don't want to see. And we can go ahead and click on this and then click focus, and so have a nice little focus button. CPU, we have updated CPU monitoring. Up here where our CPU meter lives, we now have the ability to switch it between average or current. Little known side piece of information, it has always been an average up until right now. But now we can see both, and we can have our meter display in either of those. We've also added individual track CPU monitoring. That lives right below the crossfader icon. And this, under each track here, we have meters that show our CPU usage. So for instance, if I was to go ahead and click my intro, I can see right there in that beginning, this particular track is using up some CPU. So I no longer have to hunt around and see what's eating up my CPU. On this particular track, I have spectral time on here, which Yeuda is going to go into in a little bit more detail later. But I can see that this is what's actually using my CPU. Another really cool thing I want to show you guys is a new functionality called tempo following. I'm going to show you a little video. The reason being is the way tempo following is designed. It's designed, first of all, if you go up into your preferences and you go up to the link tempo MIDI skin is what it's called now. It is designed for an external audio input. It gets a little bit tricky on Zoom trying to show you an external audio input and have it track my tempo. So the best thing to do is actually just show you a video very quickly, which I'm going to show you via QuickTime. So notice you have to turn it on in your preferences and set your input. You engage it. So this is really designed, as you could see in the video, it's really designed for live input. It's really designed to listen to a drummer for live input and trigger backing tracks, or excuse me, have the backing tracks kind of fluctuate subtly with the drummer so that it can have a little bit of breath, a little bit of humanization, if you will. So that is tempo following, and there's very creative ways to use that as well. A couple updates to the browser. In the categories section, we have moved grooves to the categories section, so a little bit easier to find. We've also added a new category called templates. This allows you to save any live set as a template. And you just go up to the file menu right here, and you go save live set as a template. One really cool thing about this is it actually saves your input and output configurations. So this is great if you're moving to different studio setups, different interfaces, that type of stuff. It's going to remember all of that. So actually, I'm going to utilize that right now and open up another template set and keep showing you guys some really cool stuff. Do we have any questions before I move on? I can't quite see the chats right now.
Hey, Javad, we're having some lag with the stream right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can address it to the people on Zoom, and I might be just inviting a few more people on Zoom via the chat.
Sure.
Okay.
Are there any questions in the Zoom chat right now before I move on?
Josh, can you check Twitch to see how it's on Twitch? We can refer people to there.
All right. Well, we can also address whatever questions come up in a little bit, so it's no problem. I opened up another set right now because what I want to actually talk to you, everybody, about is comping, our new comping feature.
Javad, so maybe we should wait just a second until
Sure.
we get YouTube. Let me just mention a few stuff, everyone. First of all, the beta program, you can join it. It's based on like free space, how many people join it, but you can request if you want to check out Ableton Live 11 before it gets released, Javad 2021.
Yes, we are shooting for 2021, depending on how the beta period goes. We want it to be as stable as possible, of course, before we actually release it.
Excellent. And there is a grace period. If anyone's purchased it soon or even recently, you will get the update to Live 11. So feel free to purchase 10 right now, even if 11 is not out. Right, Javad? Am I correct? Just to
You are correct. If you purchase 10 right now, if you upgrade to 10, you will get a free upgrade to Live 11 upon release.
Yes.
And it's
Amazing.
also 20% off right now too. So it's a good time.
Yes. Now, just a couple of general stuff. Oh, seems smooth. Josh, can we refer everyone to Twitch? And let me just say a few more general stuff before we get everyone there. So we have everyone following us, because it was a bit choppy on YouTube. But I do want to mention, first of all, upgrading to a new version in any software, there's going to be some lack of compatibility with the previous versions. So always make sure that you still have Ableton Live 10. You can have both on your computer. So just have Ableton Live 10 and Ableton Live 11. Whenever you collaborate or you're making projects that the other person doesn't have Ableton Live 11, you wouldn't be able to save and send to them, because obviously it's a previous version, so it won't open up. So you can keep both of them on your computer, and just to prepare for this type of transition to a new software. Nice. Josh, Twitch looking good? Javad, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Awesome. Thank you. No problem. Now I'm going to show you a whole another set of updates and new functionalities. And the first one I would like to show you is comping. I'm going to start showing you that by showing you a very quick video from an artist named Dressage. She was kind enough to do a little vocal comping for us.
Hi, my name is Keely. I produce and release music as Dressage, and I am going to record some vocals on my song Wedding Day using Live 11's take lanes. With every single word,
I just want you to notice that the loop bracket is on.
Drank till his vision blurred. You howl at the Brooklyn moon. With every single
So every time it loops around, it adds what we're calling a take lane.
Drank till his vision blurred. You howl at the Brooklyn moon. With every single word, he left you hollow. Drank till his vision blurred. You howl at the Brooklyn moon. With every single word.
And Keely, Dressage, was actually kind enough to share all these stems with me. So I have these stems right here in this set. And here we are looking at them right now. So now we've seen the functionality of how to record in using the loop function in an audio track. Now let's look at the different workflows that are associated with actually making a composite track. So here is the track from Dressage. I can unfold the take lanes by saying right-clicking and say Show Take Lanes. And of course, the hotkey for that is Option Command U. And here's all the take lanes. So she shared all these nice stems with me. Very nice of her. And now let's talk about the different workflows associated with actually making a composite track here. So two main workflows. First one, I can highlight any section and press Enter or Return, and it's going to add it to my composite track. One thing that is good to note is in the Record Warp Launch section of your preferences, if you have Create Fades on Clip Edges on, it automatically creates a crossfade between each comp slice. So something to, if you want to make sure that there's no pops and crackles in between your comp slices. So I can go ahead and just highlight different sections and press Enter, and it's going to automatically add it to my comp right here. The other thing I can do is I can go into pencil mode. I'll use the B key just as the hotkey. And now I no longer have to press Enter. Anything I just select is automatically going to be added to my comp track. A cool little hidden feature in here is that if I comp, say, a certain section right here, and I'm in that comp, if I hold down Command and use my arrow keys, I can actually move through my take lanes right in that time selection. So this can be very useful as you're kind of going through the different take lanes and deciding what you would like to actually add to your comp. Of course, I can turn off my grid doing a Command 4, and this will allow me to comp off the grid. I can do little slices, little slivers. This is pretty easy because Dressage is a great vocalist, so I don't have to really worry here about what takes are good or not good because I know that they're all great. She has such a nice high quality sound here, so that's a great thing. The other thing, whoops, I got the video chat in here. Let me just minimize this for a second. Get it out of my way. The other thing we can do, by the way, Option Command U will also fold back your take lanes so you can hide them. The other thing we can do in this is we can comp MIDI. So I have a MIDI track right down here. And again, Option Command U, I can unfold my MIDI take lanes, and then I can do all the comping workflows that I just did. And as far as recording into MIDI, every time you hit record on a MIDI track and you start recording in, it's automatically going to add a take lane as long as you don't have MIDI overdub on.